Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making a chocolate ball surprise. Now, 5-star quality restaurants shouldn't be the only place you can find this amazing, striking dessert. You're gonna learn in this video how to make a chocolate ball surprise right at home. And so, let's get started. So beginning this recipe, we want to start with good quality chocolate, preferably a dark or a semi-sweet, to ensure a rich and decadent flavor, as having the chocolate set using milk chocolate or white chocolate is pretty difficult, but not impossible. If you want to learn how to make a chocolate ball using milk chocolate or white chocolate, let's get this video to 1,000 likes and I'll be happy to show you that recipe as well. So you have two methods of melting the chocolate. You can either use a microwave or a double boiler. I'm going to use a double boiler in this recipe. But if you're using a microwave, all you want to do is melt the chocolate in increments of 15 seconds at a time at the highest setting, mixing between each time. Now for the double boiler, we want to melt the chocolate in a heat-proof bowl over low heat or 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 107 degrees Celsius. The goal here is to get your melted, smooth chocolate to around 89 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 to 32 degrees Celsius, and not to exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. So if you have a digital thermometer, that will really come in handy. I used 1 cup's worth of high quality dark chocolate for this recipe, but a trick to making sure that the chocolate tempers back to a solid state is that you want to add already tempered chocolate into this melted mix. I'm going to use 1 cup of dark chocolate chips and pour that into the melted chocolate and stir that in until it's just melted. Adding this tempered chocolate back into the mix gives our chocolate the memory of having a solid state. When we melted the chocolate, it broke down all the crystals within it, and so now we're cheating the system by adding some tempered chocolate back into the mix. The process of tempering chocolate correctly is a whole science in itself, and it's really fascinating what you can do with chocolate. Right before I'm ready to use my chocolate in a mold, I like adding about 1/4 cups more of chocolate chips to the melted chocolate just to ensure that it tempers back correctly. Give that one more stir, and then you want to pour the chocolate into your mold about 1/4 to half the way up. I got my mold from Amazon, and I can leave a link to that in my description box. If you have a baking store or a chef store near you, they may have these available too. You now want to close the mold and rotate the mold until the chocolate covers all portions. Once it has, we want to place our chocolate mold in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to allow the chocolate to set again. And during the setting process, we want to make sure that we turn the mold every 2 to 3 minutes to avoid the chocolate setting unevenly. And after that time is up, once the chocolate is set, it should pull away from the mold ever so slightly, which should make removing the chocolate from the mold easy. Once it's out of the mold, if you so desire, you can use a heated offset spatula to melt away the seam created from the mold. I don't really mind it as I see it gives it character, but if you're seeking perfection, then you might want to try that technique. Now, to create an opening at the bottom of the bowl so that we can hide stuff within it, we want to heat a small bowl or ramekin in hot water. And now, once it's hot, you want to carefully remove it and then invert the bowl to use the bottom of the bowl or ramekin to melt the end of your chocolate bowl to create an opening. And using this technique, you can control the size of the opening depending on what you want to fit inside the chocolate ball. Now your next step is preparing your serving plate by placing whatever you'd like to be your surprise filling for your chocolate ball. I often like to use sliced strawberries, ice cream, a brownie base, and peanuts. But once you have your serving plate the way you want it, you want to place the chocolate ball carefully over the ingredients to hide them within the chocolate. And now on to everyone's favorite part of this recipe, the dramatic finish. Just before serving, you want to consider adding a touch of flair. You want to pour warm chocolate sauce or even caramel sauce like I'm using over the chocolate ball, allowing it to cascade down to create this mesmerizing visual effect. This will invite your guests to break into the chocolate ball, revealing the hidden surprise inside. Watch their faces light up with joy and anticipation as they savor the delightful combination of flavors and textures. One more thing I should mention prior to you pouring on the chocolate or caramel sauce is that you can always enhance this presentation by drizzling or decorating this chocolate ball with contrasting melted chocolate, sprinkles, edible glitter, or even some crushed nuts. Let your creativity shine in this process. And just like that, you've made a chocolate ball surprise right at home. Truly an awe-inspiring dish with literally endless possibilities of combinations of flavors you can have for this dessert. Have fun experimenting with different fillings, decorations, and presentation styles to create a memorable and delicious experience for all who indulge. And when you do try this recipe at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 3, Upgrading Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make this dessert. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. Seriously, it's one of the best ways to help out the channel by boosting that good old YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Victor and welcome to Chef Vic Cuisine. It's my goal to create new recipes each and every week that you can make at home for yourself, your family, or your friends. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you click that subscribe button too. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week for a very, very special announcement I'm really excited to share with you all. Your support has meant the world to me, and I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it. Well, thank you all again so much for watching this recipe. I really hope you enjoyed it. By hitting that subscribe button, you're going to receive detailed, easy to follow instructions and demonstrations for recipes you can make right at home yourself. You can always check out more recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.